Tom Waits is in the studio with us.
Okay.
Feel free to play with any of our toys there, sir.
Okay, I was just looking at these.
Got the drum machine, the Radio Shack drum machine.
Not a morning person, are you?
No. I'm up early every morning.
I don't believe that for a second, sir. With all due respect.
No. I take the kids to school and all that.
You do. You pull up to the school with the kids and stuff.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Yeah. This is a good gig though. You guys just kind of roll out. You don't really have to like shave or anything. Right?
Nope.
We're not in TV. We don't have to look.
You're unshaved.
Yeah.
But we get up at 3 a.m.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's the downside.
Yeah.
What time do you go to bed?
Well, it varies, but if you have to get up at 6, you usually, even if I can stay up till 4, but I still have to get up at 6. So.
Okay.
We were noting in the Joel Selvin article in the Sunday paper the other day. You still write about darkened bars and smoky rooms, but you're the family guy these days, right?
Gee, I don't know. I guess
You got kids.
I don't know how much I want you to know.
Well, just tell us as much as you did. You said Joel didn't elaborate properly on your one comment the other day that career and family don't get along.
Oh, right.
He didn't get into the dog. What's the dog analogy?
Oh, I said career and family is like taking 2 dogs for a walk that don't like each other. Which is,
But yeah, that's interesting you say that because you work with your wife on a lot of your material. This album, I mean, that's career and family, isn't it?
oh right, yeah. Well, we've been writing together for years, so and it
So I
works.
guess you're not 2 different dogs, in other words.
No. I just mean, certain aspects of it are always, one is trying to eat the other. So.
Your son as well makes an appearance on Real Gone, right?
Yeah, he plays turntables. He plays drums.
Is that a first for a Tom Waits record to have turntables and scratching on it?
I did some on, a few albums back. Bone Machine had some, and so did Mule Variations had some turntable stuff.
What about the human beatbox thing? Where'd you get that idea? I mean, it's you making those sounds, right?
Yeah, it's me. There was some of that on the last record too, on that Big in Japan, and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just it's kind of like talking to drummers, You always find yourself making sounds like that when you're trying to communicate to a drummer. Tell them what you want.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
I see.
When the guy from Semisonic was in, he was doing it with his mouth, the drummer. That's true. And you recorded some of the vocal rhythms for the new one in your bathroom?
Yeah. Where it sounds good. Yeah.
So you're always looking for wherever the sounds intrigue you?
Yeah, that's not new.
Well, no, I mean, it's...
He's like, why are you people looking at me like this?
Well, no, I'm at Bridge School a couple of years ago. I loved your performance, and I was wondering, did you have, the floor mic'd? I mean, you were stomping your foot.
Oh, stomping, yeah.
And I was wondering if you had it mic'd or, if
I had a riser with a mic in it. So,
okay, you did. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tom Waits' new album is called Real Gone, and everybody loves it, and that's got to feel real good.
Oh, yeah, it does feel good, yeah. It's out today, actually.
Yeah.
So.
Because you've always been, I mean, you have a huge, segment of fans and stuff, but this is almost to the point where it's being universally, popularly embraced. Yeah. Everybody's talking good about it.
You mean Mania?
Yeah.
It's like Mania.
Waits Mania's hit.
Well, that said, you're not going to have the Britney Spears... and you don't want that. You don't want to be splashed on MTV, and you don't want to be #1 with a bullet, or do you?
No, things are okay the way they are. I don't know if I want her life any more than she would want mine.
Should we play a tune off the new album? We'll do that now. This is
okay.
Tom Waits. The album is called Real Gone. Take a listen to How's It Gonna End on KFOG. Tom Waits on KFOG. The new CD Real Gone on sale today, and off it we just played How's It Gonna End at 8:31 on KFOG.
Hi, I was wondering if I could talk to Tom.
Yeah, go ahead. He's right here.
Hi, Tom. My name's Risa. How are you doing?
Who is it, Risa?
Risa.
Hi, Risa. Hey.
I'm a huge fan. I was wondering if you're going to be touring, in the U.S. I know you're doing some tours in British Columbia and some over in London and over there, but are you going to be touring here at all?
Oh, and maybe in January we'll come here.
In January?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's such an honor.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
How is it when people say it's such an honor? Is that kind of weird?
Yeah, a little weird. Yeah. I'm pretty normal, so yeah, it is a little weird.
A little weird. Don't say that to Tom Waits. I've got a couple of email questions from Fogheads, if that's okay. Tom from Mark says, does it get more difficult to write as you get older?
Gee, I would say no. I think it gets easier because your head is fuller with stuff. I think.
And there's the wisdom that comes with age.
Gee, I don't know about the wisdom. The gray hair. I don't know. I think it has gotten easier because I think that there's something that happens when you get older. You've been doing it a while, so it's just kind of like you can aim it here, point it there. It's like catching rabbits. You've learned over the years how to outsmart them.
Yeah. So, drawing from more life experience, stuff like that.
I think songs. I don't think songs really like to be recorded, and I think you have to sneak up on them, because that's my theory anyway.
Wow.
I'm fascinated that you do your work with your wife, so I'm going to bring it up incessantly. But does she critique you while you guys are working together? How is that process? Does she go, Tom, no, that doesn't work?
Oh, yeah, well, you have to have somebody I think you can turn to and say, is this crap?
Yeah.
And I think that, I think otherwise it probably gets a little bit like the Emperor's New Clothes, But it works, and she's got a terrific sense of melody, and she's a wonderful collaborator. So yeah, we get along great, and and then we have big arguments about stuff, just like any couple.
How long have you guys been together?
24 years.
Wow, very good.
Can I go back to your comment that songs don't want to be recorded? I'm fascinated by that.
Well, I don't know. I think that for me, what I've experienced is that in the studio particularly, there's a time when you realize that the songs start changing when you start recording them, because they're about to be captured. What you really want to do is capture something that's living. It's easy to record. So if you do 700 takes on a song, chances are there won't be anything left of it by the time you get it on tape.
You once said that you would like the experience of having worked in the Brill Building whenever that was, the 60s, where these hit-making factories.
Yeah.
Because you would like the experience of having to write with someone when someone puts a gun to your head.
Oh yeah. Well, I think it's deadline is always good. Deadlines are good for everybody. So yeah. I went to a building very similar when I was living in New York, and there was tiny little rooms. Each one had a piano in it, and you could sit in a little room, and you could hear all the music in the whole building. You could hear opera, you could hear show tunes, you could hear jazz guys, you could hear hip hop guys, and it all filtered in through the wall, through the windows, and I thought it was going to be like a quiet room where I could work, because I couldn't work at home anymore. It was too loud at home with the kids. So I went to this building so I could have a little peace and quiet, and I heard every kind of music in the world. And so I just sat quietly and listened, for a couple hours, and then I left.
I love the imagery in your songs, and I know that Tom Waits songs have been used in dozens of movies, but if there was a Tom Waits song that you would like to see turned, or you think would be good, you could see turned into a full-length movie, which Tom Waits, you have to flip your cassette there.
Oh, gee,
You're recording our interview of you?
Oh, yeah, my wife wants to hear it.
Oh,
okay. We don't get your station.
What's your wife's name?
Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hi,
We say
Kathleen.
All right. We're back with Tom Waits, who's with us live on the KFOG Morning Show. Tom Waits on KFOG, his new album, Real Gone, in stores today. He's with us in the studio.
Hi, I just wanted to say hi to Tom.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, good. How you
My boyfriend will never believe this.
Oh, my God.
He's the one that turned me on to your music. He's only 29. He's younger than I am.
Oh, your son, is it?
My boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Oh, okay.
Not much younger than
But he loves your music, and he
Oh,
plays
okay.
it all the time. At first, I was like, oh, okay, that's different. No, but now I love it.
Oh, okay.
And
all
it's
right.
so cool. And I can't believe, when I turned on the radio this morning, I took my son to school, and it accidentally flipped, and you were on, and then they were talking to you. Oh, my God, I'm calling.
Here you are.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, I just wanted to say hi, Tom. Your music's incredible, and I
okay.
can't wait to tell Michael. No.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot. Thanks
So
for
you're not
listening.
playing anywhere around here?
No. Maybe after the first of the year, we'll play in San Francisco. And
Okay.
Tom, if I can follow up on something she just said about your music being different when she first heard it, I find that, and Fogheads will call me out on myself if I didn't say this to you. I sometimes find your music difficult to get. I don't know what you're trying to do. Do you have any hints for me, a useful primer on, or a good place to start with Tom Waits?
Tom
do you know
Waits,
what I'm
Waits'
saying?
Guide to Tom Waits' Music, right?
oh, Jesus, I don't know. You could probably start anywhere. You mean you have a hard time understanding the words, or?
And I guess I'm more of the melodies I find
Oh, yeah.
odd. I think I'm probably just used to things that are more structured.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I lack structure. I've been told that since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I lack structure. But that's why I went into music. Because I lack structure. So I guess I brought it with me.
You
It's
gotta,
not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
No.
No.
Lacking structure.
No, and I'm not saying it
You
as
said it like it was a bad thing.
No, well, like the Beatles or the Stones had structure, and you don't, but that's fine, right?
I have structure. We just heard a structured song.
no, I
it
know.
had an intro, and then it had
I'm
a
not
guitar
putting-
solo, and it had 3 verses, and it faded out at the end. That's structure.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
I could be really unstructured.
Really?
That was really structured, though.
Do you find that it's harder to be structured than it is, or to be unstructured than it is structured?
Gee, I don't know. These are really tough questions.
Should we yield to a foghead for a question?
Yeah.
Or do you demand an answer to that, Greg?
No, I don't. I just no.
Domesticated elephants, they've found, are now stuffing mud in their cowbell that they wear around their neck, and they're sneaking off at night to steal bananas.
That's a true fact.
That's a true fact.
Is it a non sequitur, or does it relate to what Greg
No, I
was
was
saying?
just changing the subject.
Okay, let's go to a foghead. Linda says, good morning all from the UK. Linda says, great to hear Tom, and I'm enjoying the new album. Looking forward to seeing you live in London. Please tell me why you don't play the UK more often, as we love you over here.
Oh, okay. You individually or as a group?
Linda, I think as a group.
As a group?
Yeah.
All no.
She's speaking on behalf of the UK.
Okay. All right. Why don't I play up there more often?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm grumpy. It's a long way to go. And, that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's totally okay. Yeah. Good answer. Eric says, did you want to hop in?
No.
Okay. Have a question for Tom Waits. I'm not very familiar with his material at all. Definitely an artist I'd like to hear more of. Do you, Tom Waits, have a suggestion for a good Tom Waits album to start with?
Yeah. The new one. That's the new one.
I knew you were going to say that.
And then, after he's gotten the new one, if he wanted to explore.
Get the one before that.
Okay. What do you listen to for your own?
John Philip Sousa.
You're for real? You
I'm
do?
a Sousa head.
Yeah.
He came in jonesing for some Sousa this morning.
My dad's a big fan of John Philip Sousa, so I was thinking about him this morning. If you had some Sousa, I'd like to hear some Sousa. I mean,
It's at home.
you can always use a little more Sousa
Yeah. I'll bring it
in
in
the
tomorrow.
world.
Yeah.
Okay, bring it in tomorrow. Yeah.
I will.
And yet there's so few marches on Tom Waits albums.
Well, if two people know the same things, one of you is unnecessary, right? So why would you listen to stuff that's like you?
Good point.
That is.
I listen to stuff that's not like me, and find nourishment there.
Says here, this is from Patrick. You received an Oscar nomination, I believe, in 82 or 83 for a duet that you did with Crystal Gale. Mm-hmm. Soundtrack was for the Francis Ford Coppola One from the Heart.
Yeah.
Have you done any movie soundtracks lately? How does one start with an... Wait a minute, that's it. He continues, have you done any movie soundtracks lately or any plans for that? And how does one start out with an accordion in high school? That's the way you started with an accordion?
Oh, I played accordion. Everybody did when they were in high school, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You're right.
Because the accordion lessons used to come to the door. They used to sell accordion lessons door to door.
Right. Gee, Dad, it's a Wurlitzer. Yeah.
Or a vacuum cleaner. Yeah. What was the question?
Soundtrack, movie soundtracks.
I do songs for films. Scores are really long and intricate and involved, and I have done. I did some film music for Jim Jarmusch, and on one of his films.
But duets. You did a tune with Bette Midler years ago that was absolutely beautiful. Are you still doing that with other people, or are you mostly solo these days?
I make appearances on other people's records, let's see, I don't know what the most recent thing that I did was. I did a little thing with Los Lobos, who I love, and but they just sent a tape or something and said, goof around on it and then send it back. So I said, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
You got a great song on the Shrek 2 soundtrack. Is that a deal where sometimes they're making a movie and the director or whoever says, God, I love Tom Waits. Can I try and get one of his songs or something like that?
That was an old song that we re-recorded. Re-recorded it but it was only in the movie for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the thing about movies. You're always kind of a transient moment.
Well, and speaking of movies, your other career as an actor, you've been in more than 20 films. Is that just a deal where the directors say, get me a Tom Waits type? No, we'll get Tom Waits. Or are you friends with these guys and they throw you in their movie? Or how does it work?
Well, yeah, I am friends with some of them. And then, but, I'm not really an actor. I do some acting, It's kind of like your plumber who does a little electrical, or your
sure. Okay. Something you do on the side.
Yeah, really, but I like it. I get a kick out of it. But
what are you happiest doing? Being at home with the wife and kids, or making music, or?
Yeah, writing. I like writing, and I like recording. And I guess that's my favorite thing.
Would it be okay with you if you just put out records and did your theater stuff and movies and never ventured out beyond that you could just work away, make art, and not be bothered by other people?
Oh, I'm not bothered by other people.
No, I'm not suggesting that you are.
I like
you.
I like other people. You mean because about touring and like that? Yeah. Well, touring's always hard because you're dealing with the physics of different theaters, and it's always. But once I get out there, I like it, but it's just hard to push me out there. But we're going. Pretty soon we're going to do a show in 2 shows in Vancouver and 1 in Seattle coming up. I think in October. This month.
Okay. Boy, do we appreciate the time this morning. Thank you for coming by. Tom Waits' new album, everybody loves it. It's called Real Gone. It's in stores today.